Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. We are now 2 years old. Yay! So we've been going for 2 years. Thanks for watching if you've watched us the whole time. Thanks for joining us if you haven't watched for the whole time. Today we've got another Malifaux Monday, as we said last week. We've got Burning Revelations this time. Here we are. We've got kaeris' crew. There'll also be 2 special videos. I don't know whether it's going to be 2 or 1 special video, but either way we're going to get the special edition Firestarter and the special edition kaeris on a separate video, at least one separate video. I might just do it as one because there's only 2 models and they're both for the same crew. Cool. But this is the original box set, which contains kaeris, the other Firestarter, the Eternal Flame and the 3 Firegammon. A lot different from her metal crew, which had gunsmiths in it.
Yes,
that was when she was just a henchman.
Yes.
So now she's a master. So let's get this unboxed. So this one has been waiting around for a little while, since November to be unboxed. Because we've got it waylaid with Malifaux, unfortunately. But we'll try to do as many as we can and catch up. But we do want to do some tactics videos and some gaming videos, because we know you guys like that as well. And I've got a little bit behind with all the other stuff that's coming out. So let's have a look. These are the bases. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with the bases yet. We have the cards. We also want to check out the instructions online to see how close they are to the real thing, which we always like doing. It's like a mini game we play. And we have kaeris. There we go. We have the Firestarter, which is the male version. We have Eternal Flame, which is a totem, and we have 3 Firegammon. There we go. We also have Grab and Drop, Purifying Fire, Born of Fire, Blinding Flame, and Powered by Flame, which again we'll go through them probably more in a tactics video in the future. If it's one you want to see, please request it. The more requests that go in for different masters that I do have, the more chance I have of actually doing them. I will prioritise them anyway. So here we have kaeris at the top. Those will be the Firegammon there. We have the Eternal Flame here, and that's the Firestarter then there. So as usual, we like to start with the master. It's got nice wings there. Thankfully not as brittle as a Stormcast Eternal's wings.
Those are a nightmare.
These are nice, I like these.
Yeah.
So let's start with her. So we'll start with the master and we'll get all the parts off the sprue and we'll have a look at the instructions. I'll look at the sprue on its own. And from the other side, not a lot of parts, which I'm quite happy about. Legs seem pretty much intact. Body is one piece. Arms. Head, is that a head? Yeah, it's already coming off the sprue, that, so I just have to be careful with that. Everything else is pretty secure in there, and there's that little delicate sword. Be careful with that when we take that off the sprue. So the instructions on here, kaeris, looks pretty straightforward. So what I'll do, I'll probably start with putting the legs and the body together, and then we'll see whether we put the cloak on. Is that a cloak? I think it's a cloak. Oh, there we go, spinning around there on the old Kindle. Put the cloak on, or the arms first. We'll get the body and the legs together and then we'll take it from there. So the body, I don't know if you can see that, it's got part of the head on there as well, the hair, and then I've got these quite sheer drops for the legs to go on, so there's not much to really fit it to, although the legs do look like they'll stay in place. But we'll find out. We'll put the legs on first. I'll be back in a moment. So there we go, they do kind of line up. She's in a walking stance like that. So that's roughly where she ended up there. Next we're going to put on the sort of back of her jacket, sort of like a mini cloak she's got. That just fits in, there's a little notch there which fits into the back there. So we're going to put that on before we put the arms on. So we're back when that's done. Okay, so put my knife away. Good rule there, always put your knife away when you're not using it. The cloak actually lines the legs up perfectly, so if you might want to put that on a bit quicker rather than lighter, to make sure the legs do line up, because one lines up with her buttock and one lines up with the back of her calf. So that's how you know you've done it correctly.
Could have said a bum.
Buttock.
You're being very posh there.
I'm being posh.
Tush.
Next up, we're going to stick the arms on. The arm she's outstretching is that one. She goes there, and she's got the other arm which just fits into that slot there. I did have to cut some bits off that to make it fit in, but it should fit in now, and that'll go in there. And I'll also put a head on at this stage, and then we shall leave that to dry and I'll be back. Okay, so there she is. So we need to stick the sword on, which just goes across her hip like that, and we also need to stick the wings on, which go there. I think there's a little notch and it follows the sort of line of her coat, so hopefully that'll stick on okay. So when we see her again, she should be finished. She won't be on a base because I'm currently in the middle of making a base for her, but she should be finished. I'll be back in a moment. There is kaeris.
Cool.
She looks awesome actually.
She's a very cool model.
She's very cool. And the beginnings of the base I'm going to put her on is here. So hopefully she will stick sort of there. So she's like walking down this exploded, burning sort of pathway. Cool.
Cool.
Right, so she'll now move on to the next character.
You've got the totem there.
Totem? Yeah, we'll do the totem next. So here it is the totem, which is the Eternal Flame. Not to be confused with the song. And there it is, and the instructions are there. So we have all these limbs that basically go onto the main body. Yeah, and the main body is one piece, which is that bit there, and a bunch of limbs that all go on, and then we have this little bit there, which looks like it goes across the back. So what we'll do, we'll cut all those parts off and take a look at them. Okay, so this one's a little bit complicated because we've got these insectoid type legs. It kind of reminds me of various other insects and mechanical insects. If you turn it round, they only go on one way, and then these ones go on afterwards. We have these two hands at the front.
Weird.
And then we have a head. So that is the front, the bit that's got this bit there. And then this bit goes on the top where we thought it goes. And maybe it's like flamed, I think.
Yeah, I think it's coming out of like a furnace or something.
Goes in that little square part there. But we're going to start with the legs. I'm going to start with the back two legs. So I'm going to get those two on, and I should be back before we continue. Okay. So you can see that there. That's how those legs go on. And they only go on one way. I'm going to actually put the front legs on next. Well, arms, hands, whatever the hell these things are. There's a little nodule on one of them that fits onto this bit here, like that. And then the other one's going to go at the other side, and that hopefully will leave the gaps for these to go in. So we'll put them on next, and we'll make sure that everything fits together, and then we'll be back. Okay, so there are the front feet, arms, legs, hands, whatever they are, on. And then we're going to stick these so they line up at the back here. They'll just go into the gaps that are sort of left. So we'll put them on next. You can see that done. So there we go. So that's approximately where it should be. Still drying a little bit. You can see underneath there where it's gone. And you want it so the hands are on the ground, and then these bits are sort of like the cogs are sort of like eye level towards you. Well, will be eye level if you're holding it up, obviously, or you got your head down towards the table. But those are sort of level. These are at an angle, and the hands are sort of flat against the floor. So if you've got it in that position, you can't be far wrong. So what we'll do, we'll stick the last three parts on, which are the head at the front, and those two parts that go on the back, and we're back with the finished model. So here is one of the weirdest totems, critters I've ever seen.
It's like a crab.
Sort
like
of
a mechanical crab.
Mechanical crab with flames coming out of it. And a weird one-eyed head.
Weird.
It's very cool, I do like it. So I'm going to put that on a base, probably just a standard base, some green stuff type flames, painting later. I've not decided yet. but we'll see him at the end. So next up, we have the fire starter, twisted fire starter. No, I'm not doing a spoken word album with that. Sorry. There he is. There's only a few parts to this fire starter. There's the body, then we have this canister that he's got there, his backpack, both arms and head. Those are all the parts. So we should get those bits off. Claire's going to get those bits off. Just have a quick look at the instructions. There we go. It's pretty straightforward to put together. What I'm going to do with this one then, I'm just going to put him together. If there's any problems, I'll be back mid-construction to tell you what they are. Otherwise, we shall see him when he's finished. Okay, so there is the finished fire starter, actually on his base as well. Pretty cool little model, actually.
It is actually.
I like this. It's very cool. Right, so now we should move on to the fire gammon. Okay, so we have 3 fire gammon. 1, 3 and 2, according to this. Is that correct?
It is correct on the instructions, yeah.
Excellent, cool. So we shall start with 1 then.
Okay.
So if you get all the parts for 1 off, we'll have a look at that. Okay, so now we've got all the parts off. Fire gammon 1 is actually fire gammon 3 on the instructions. Just so you know, there is an error there.
Yeah.
Once again.
Oh, I was giving them credit.
It's fine. That is the body. Then we have this loincloth piece and part of a leg together. The other leg is that bit. And the 2 feet, sort of ankle-y parts, because it's got like backwards demonic style ankle. And then we have 2 arms and the head. So I'll stick all this together. Obviously I'm going to start with the body and the legs to get the loincloth in place. And then we'll go on to the feet, so it's got something to stand on. Finishing off with the arms and the head. If it's any different to that, I'll be back. Otherwise we shall see it when it's done. Okay, so there he is. He's very fiddly to put together. You definitely have to put the legs on first, then the feet, wait for that to really dry, and then put the rest on. The arms are actually still drying. I think they're still moving around a little bit, but we shall leave that to dry, and then we shall move on to the next gammon, which is on the sprue gammon number, what are we going for?
2.
2.
That's the middle gammon, that one.
Middle gammon. This guy. Does look like the one on the book. So I think 2 is 2. Obviously 3 is 1.
Yeah, it's just 1 and 3 that's got
1 and 3 and
transposed.
3 is 1. There you go. So we'll do number 2 now. So let's get that off the sprue. Okay. So we have this body here. There it is. On the camera. Then we have the other leg, which fits into this slot. We have a foot, which goes on the end of this leg. Then they'll be left with a little bit of a slot where the tail goes into at the back once that's on, and that just leaves the arms and the head. So again, stick this together. It's a bit fiddly, but if there's any problems other than it being fiddly, I will be back to show you what's going on. Okay, so there is the gammon. He's in a very jumping up sort of position there. All the weight is on the ankle, which has to be stuck together, which isn't the greatest thing. So you've got to make sure that is completely dry before you can even hold it like this. The head and the arms again are still setting, so give it plenty of time for the rest to dry. So I definitely still do it in the same order. So next time we'll see him, we'll be on a base, but now we'll put the last of the fire gammon together.
No.
Which is this one here, which is fire gammon 3-1 or 1-3, whichever way you look at it. Okay, so we'll get all the parts for that off, and we'll have a look at that. Okay, so these are the parts. We have the body and the top half of the legs, the bottom half of the legs are there. The loincloth is actually separate, it's there. And then we have the tail there. And we have the 2 hands, which look like they've got a ball of fire in them. If you look at that, there's like a ball of fire on the end of that arm. So those, he's kind of like hold, he's got like an open stance, he's just like about to throw a flame ball at somebody or something, and then the head's there. So again, feet first onto the body, then the loincloth and the tail, then the arms and the head. If it's any different, I'll be back before the end, otherwise we'll see him when he's done. Okay, so this guy's still drying again. There he is. And the feet have to be completely set. You can see that there.
Cool.
So I'm going to let that dry, put him on his base, and then we can have a look at the whole gang together. And there we go, there's the whole crew together. What do you think?
I think it's really cool actually. I like them all.
I like them all. I like the fire gammon. I like kaeris, I like the fire starter, even the weird little contraption she's got as a totem.
Yeah, it's really weird, that thing.
I think they're all awesome. I've given her a little bit of a height on her base. I think she needs it to balance out the wingspan she's got. So she looks just aesthetically above her crew, you know, like she might be flying around.
Yeah.
Because on the ground on her own, she does look a bit unbalanced, the way she got her wings. So that is the main crew from the box set. It's a bit fiddly with the fire gammon, a bit fiddly on kaeris. Obviously, this guy was obviously you saw that one, a bit fiddly to put together. Fire starter's easy. Not the worst crew put together, not by a long shot.
No. I think the gammon are always a bit fiddly because they're so sinewy and very thin.
Anything we have something that's a bit smaller than a human, and a bit like gremlins and the
well, Ophelia's lot was the worst, I would say.
I tell you, a model like that, they're really sort of skinny and fiddly to put together. But there we go, they're together. I like them, they look cool. And if you join us for the bonus videos, or video should I say, we're going to have the fire starter and kaeris, the alternate version of kaeris, in the bonus video. So join us for that later. But for now, please like, subscribe, helps out loads, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
See you soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.